Well, hello, everybody. This is Valerie Canay. And as always, you know I love to talk about how to live and thrive in the rich flow of life. Today, I'm so proud to announce we have a featured guest. Her name is Lisa Sowden. Lisa is lovely, lively, and sensational. And she's taken time out to come here to bless us with her powerful, meaningful words. Listen to this, folks. Be a voice, not an echo. You see, just about a year ago, Lisa made a decision to follow her dream, and she made the courageous shift to do voiceover acting. I want to tell you just a little bit about Lisa's background experience. This includes a competitive figure skater, a screen and actress, and stage performer. Lisa is no stranger to show business. She has been a performer for the bulk of her life, so she knows how to live and thrive in the rich flow of life as a performer. Therefore, she is no stranger to the spotlight. She brightens and helps to enlighten our world in a magical way. She is your go-to authority if you need to get the word out about your service, product, or company. Please, folks, let Lisa do your talking for you. Why does she stand out and howl from the rest? Because she is not an echo in the voice-over world or just another pretty face. Lisa has the audacity, and she's bold to build that personal connection to establish the good vibration that you need to succeed and build a bond with your customer service or product. Lisa definitely knows how to stay focused on what you want to represent and cultivate with your clients. She has great business skills and savvy to help your customers, clients reach and expand their goals, increasing their income with a ripple effect in all of her recordings that she produces. I tell you, she's very extensively trained. She's worked with LA top voiceover coaches, Nancy Wolfson, and Jeff Friedman. Lisa's the only one that I know that can polish her skills continually so that you may rise and shine. Is that right, Lisa?
That is definitely right, Valerie.
Welcome to the show. I really am so grateful and thankful that you come to join us today.
Oh, well, thank
you
so much for having me.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to let everyone know, first and foremost, what is voiceover?
What is voiceover?
Well, when you hear that, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
That someone is going to record me and make my recording over, do it better than I could do it with my voice, that it's going to be over my voice.
Exactly. Or most people think in a world, that deep, rich, iconic movie trailer, or radio or television and even the Internet commercials nowadays. And in reality, voiceover is, in the sense of commercials, that only makes up 8% of what a voiceover artist does.
Okay.
There's so many different things that encompass voice recordings that can really enhance the business. Right now, PowerPoint and whiteboard presentations are huge. There's all kinds of telephone messaging and interactive voice responses. There's educational courses that are online that are huge these days.
Okay.
There's all kinds of website welcome videos and apps and mobile this and mobile that. There's even those parts where if you're in the elevator and you press a floor, and then all of a sudden you hear someone say, "It's the fourth floor," or "Your door is ajar." That's all voiceover, and somebody thought of that, but they didn't realize that they needed to hire a professional for that. So the voiceover world really has a huge scope in what it can actually bring to the entrepreneur who's looking for a way to enhance their business.
Okay. And what type of entrepreneurs would use this type of voiceover that we're discussing here today?
Everyone. You've got, I know some of your listeners are coaches, and they sometimes have meditations, or they put out audio guidance courses and stuff like that.
Yes.
I have done guided meditations for some clients, taking them through a script that particular person has written. And then there's people who do have, I had mentioned the e-learning. They've actually got a course that they are putting online.
Wonderful.
Exactly, yeah. There's people who need to train some of their employees. And instead of having to have somebody and hire somebody to go and travel to the various different locations, if you have different locations, or to have something on file so that with each new employee that you receive, you don't have to hire someone. You can just have them play a video.
I see.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's the YouTube videos and the educational videos or promotional videos to promote whatever service or product or brand in your company that you can put online. As well as toys and video games. So, I mean, the scope of who would actually use voiceover is quite huge. And then one of the largest marketing tools that you actually have as a business owner is actually your telephone system. And many people don't really realize that, but how many times have you had to call a company and then you have the voice prompt you to press 1 for accounting, or press 2 for customer service.
Or 0 for the operator, right.
Exactly, yeah, and that's all voiceover. And then there's also, if somebody is on hold within that telephone system, you really have a captive audience. And whether you're transferring a call or if they're actually in a queue waiting for the next available operator, why not promote your next, your upcoming product or service, and really let them know that you are, they are of the utmost importance to you, rather than have, and I'm sure everyone has heard this, all of our operators are currently busy. Please stay on the line.
Oh, yes.
That is really, I know when I've phoned in and I've gotten that message, it's a really impersonal thing. And the first thing that I think is, this company is not big enough to have, one extra customer service rep who will take care of me. And you had mentioned that I set myself aside by really focusing on the connection and the relationship that the customer has with the company, the brand, the service, or the product. And I've found that's the key. Really, whomever is wanting your service, they want to emotionally connect with you. They want to know that you think that they're the only person on the face of the planet. They want that service to make them feel good. That's why they're purchasing it. And my job as a voiceover artist, whether I'm doing a commercial, whether I'm doing an educational video, whether I'm doing a telephone prompt, is to make that person feel like they are the most important thing in the world, and that this service is going to help them better their lives. Because that's really what this is about, is providing a service. And if I can help bridge and cultivate that relationship with your clients, then that is like the pinnacle for me, is to be able to do that.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Now, this is incredible, and I just learned about this, and I had to have Lisa come and tell us all about this, because the people that will listen to our calls, the businesses range from a solo owner, 2-3 employees, and then we have some people in our network that have $1 million companies. So is this something that even the solopreneur can benefit from, Lisa, also?
Absolutely. And again,
and is it expensive?
Well, let me address the first part of that question.
Okay.
Whether you are a solo individual running your company, or somebody who does have a multi-million-dollar company, you can enhance your business with voiceover. Like I said, in this day and age, marketing is a key factor to your business model, and voiceover is used in all kinds of marketing tools. I've mentioned having a video on your website welcoming people. There's you can do ads that you can place on Vimeo or YouTube that really they announce to the world your product. You can actually have a channel on YouTube and place promotional videos about your product or your service on YouTube. But there's also the Google Ads, audio commercials, and then again there's the radio and television commercials. But again, there's infomercials. There's like I mentioned, the whiteboard animation. And then boiling it back down to your telephone service. Even if you are the only person, you don't have anybody else answering your phones, how many times have you received a message when somebody's unable to answer the phone, and you
every time.
All the time. You've reached
all the time.
And I'm unable to answer your call right now, so please leave your name, number, and I'll get back to you very shortly. Usually they add a brief message. That has become really standard. And in setting yourself aside from the rest of the competition, everybody does leave that type of message.
Absolutely.
But if you do have a message that's slightly different, I know for a fact that most people here who've grown up with voicemail know how to leave a voicemail. You don't have to tell them to leave the voice number and a brief message.
Lisa, you're so right. You're right.
So why not make that person feel special? That's what they want. They don't want to know that you're too busy to answer their call, especially if it's if a lot of your sales are done via the phone, and you are the sole person. You don't want to lose any business from a prospective client.
Right.
So tailor your voice message so that person does feel special. And you can definitely use your own voice, or if you have a company, one of your employees. But having someone like myself who is a professional voiceover artist, it's not only just having a pretty voice and being able to read a script.
Right.
Again, it goes back to that connection between you, your service, your product, your brand, your company, and the customer or the client. And you really want to cultivate that relationship so that they are a repeat customer and a customer for life.
Mm-hmm. So I get it. So this is, I get it. So this is distinguishing your brand. You're doing a distinguished type of branding.
Exactly, yeah. And within the voice recording, being a voice artist, I have to have skills where I do enunciate correctly. I have to have proper grammar. I have to be able to have the technical and mechanical skills that a voice artist has. There's certain pitch, tone, and pacing that we use, as well as my techniques.
Okay.
And that will enhance whatever recording you have. But what sets me aside from the other voiceover artists is I really am focused on how within my recording, even if it is something as flat as there are no operators available, please stand by, how I can make that person feel like they're the most important person on the face of the planet, and I can't wait to talk to you because you're that important. And that's really what customers, in my experience, want.
Of course. Yeah. They want to know.
Feeling like, exactly. They don't want to feel like they're another number. And everyone can benefit from that, whether it's just one person or somebody who has a lot of employees and quite an elaborate phone system. Then the other thing is typically when someone does hire someone to do voice recording, the traditional way of doing that is actually going through an agency or a studio.
Okay.
And a casting director has to be hired. Agencies are contacted with their talent. An audition process has happened. And then once you've actually got the talent hired, you now have a studio session that you have to pay. With me, with what I decided was knowing
to make it easy.
Exactly, to make it easy and keep
make it easy,
simple. And in knowing a lot of your entrepreneurs are just starting out and they're getting their big breaks, you can't really justify going and paying for the studio sessions, and all of the bells and the whistles that somebody else who's established themselves can. However,
you don't got it.
Exactly, yeah. However, with me, because I have my own home studio, I don't have to pay for, you don't have to pay for the studio session. You don't have to pay for the casting director. You can just contact me. And I'm most happy to actually work with someone who does have specific needs. And be able to have that professional job done and taken care of, so that they can then, go and help promote themselves and build themselves into that bigger position and really establish themselves.
Do you offer any kind of consultation, or how would you work with a person to know what their needs are? How would they call you up and say, hey, Lisa, I've got this going on. What can you offer me? How do you start up with a person is what I want. I'm like, hey, Valerie, I'm doing these shows now, and I need some help. How do we strike up the whole relationship from the beginning is what I'm asking.
Well, this is what's awesome about your show, and again, thank you so much for doing this. I am a professional actor, and typically I get my jobs through my agent in the traditional manner. And so that's a bulk of what I do. However, through your show, people can then just contact me directly. And my email is executesuccess@gmail.com. And when I work with someone without the agency, I have them contact me. We sit down. And what I do is I actually want to get to know their brand. I want to get to know their style, what they stand for, what they represent, what they're conveying, what their product, their service is, what their needs are with the voice recording, what specifically is the usage and the intent behind the recording. Are they producing an online course, and they need somebody to actually do the voice for the video to teach, versus a telephone system.
I see.
And then, from all of that, if they've got a script, I want to see the script. I want to see with what they have. All of that helps me understand how they want to connect with their customers. And then I can then articulate that with whatever medium is being recorded.
That's beautiful.
And and again, it really, if it doesn't really matter what it is. If I'm doing an online course, I've mentioned that, so I'll use that as an example. For me, if you're teaching them the most boring topic, I still want that individual to feel like your company is the best at presenting that information. I want them to be excited about learning it, and I want
enthusiastic, right?
but yet I don't want the information to be all bubbly and in your face. But it's recording it in such a manner that the material is an engaging and pleasant experience for that individual, rather than just presenting the information. Same with audiobooks and ebooks. Many of your clients have audio or books, and you can actually put them into audio form. So those who are challenged with sight can actually get the information. Or some people like audiobooks.
I love them.
Again, a lot of the time, some of the voice artists can be very flat in their delivery, but you want to make sure that with what information you're presenting, that individual does find engaging. And that's where that relationship will come in. And when I sit down with the individual to speak about what their company represents and what they're trying to convey, I can then take that and articulate that with whatever medium.
You can fine-tune it for them and bring it all together. Well, Lisa, it sounds so fabulous. We're going to bring the call to an end. Is there any lasting thing you want to let everybody know before we go? What's the final thought from Lisa?
Well, if anyone is curious as to what services that I provide, I do a whole bunch of things. They can just simply email me at executesuccess@gmail.com. Again, I am willing to work and create packages for people, which is something that the agencies and the studios would not provide people. And any of your listeners who do want to take advantage of my services, I'm willing to offer them a 15% discount off of all my flat rates, except for any radio, television, and internet commercials. Just because there are different licensing fees and usage fees that have to go along with those. But if anybody does have any questions at all, they can email me. And again, that's executesuccess@gmail.com.
Okay. I appreciate that. You putting the word out about your wonderful service. Voice over is the way to go. It can help you tremendously when you have a pro like Lisa working with you and for you to help address your audience, your customers, and your clientele. Nobody can do it better than Lisa Sowden. Lisa, I thank you kindly for blessing us today and being with me. At this point, we're going to sign off and say goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Valerie.
Okay. Bye-bye now.
Bye.